Trying times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end-time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast Wednesdays and run live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB. Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. They have nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between, like the days of radio, almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land.
We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Russen program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Russen program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's podcast weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker. Reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB.
Suicide's increasing among the youth, and many of them playing suicide games. This has to stop. Parents, watch your kids, and if you feel there's something going on and they are considering suicide, please talk to them, help them. And if it seems hopeless, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. They can help. It's free and confidential. Your call will be answered by a trained counselor in a local crisis center. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can help.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The weird, the strange, the bizarre. Way out fun, way out there. Another show coming soon on GJRB Online.
All right, Mr. Wayne Whiteside. Some of that slow and easy. Say, by far one of my favorites to play on here. Mike, ever since you played this the first time when I heard your show, I said, man, this guy's awesome, man. He's just jamming. Like you, I just don't want to turn it off. Just keep on going here, man. Ah! Oh, yeah. Little slow and easy getting there with Wing Whiteside on GJRB Online. I'm telling you what, I got a new blues show coming up this spring and summer here on GJRB Online. It's definitely on the playlist. It's going to be called The Blues House. It's coming this spring on GJRB Online as soon as I get this knot out of my head. You got it right here. The Gary Russen program, Freestyle Friday edition on GJRB Online. Where else can you hear this much entertainment and call it legit? Well, whatever. Glad you could be aboard with me today. I'm happy to be here. The Gary Russen program at its very best on Spreaker across America here on GJRB Online. If you want to be a part of the show, I'd love to hear from you, and you could be in here and pop into the chat room, and that's available to you. And also, you want to get in and talk anywhere else, well, good luck to you on that one, because I should turn on my... I have to go through that rigmarole going into my password. I know it, but and I usually keep I have a password book, and that's where I keep all my passwords in. All the ones I use regularly, and usually kind of make sure that that I have all my passwords in it, and I've written down for everything I'm in. Because I find that sometimes it's best to go and log out of it. Because I don't know, they say hackers can get into that. I mean, I'm not sure, but I've heard it said that it's possible the hackers can get into that. So I kind of make sure that I sign out on a lot of things. And also, I clean the computer here very, very, very frequently between almost every show. I do a virus scan regularly because I feel that I should between programs, because you never know what I pick up off the internet. So I usually like to do a virus scan to make sure that I'm in good shape. I just believe in it. And so when I do that, what happens is it automatically logs out of all my sites like Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, Yahoo, pretty much. And so a lot of times I'll kind of refresh and reboot my computer before I come back on for another show on the next day, so that I would just keep it clean. And because I learned a lesson a long, long time ago. And also I got I should need to get another can of compressed air, because the last computer I had so much dust bunnies in it that it blocked the fans. As a matter of fact, it caused the computer itself to overheat. And at that time, I had lost the computer because it went down due to overheat, and I was off for a while. And I'm being careful now to make sure that I blow a lot of the dust out of the fan area so that it doesn't burn out anything. So I'm very, very careful with that, and making sure that I don't be, the cause of technical problems here, which could cause me to not be able to broadcast anymore, or be off the air for a period of time. Because it takes. I got a friend of mine who fixes them, but he's a realtor with our pastor, and he's a busy man, so it can be crazy. All right, you're listening to Gary Russen program on GJRB Online, and it's now time to do another edition of Weather on the Fives. So let's do that right now. And take a look at our weather for the nation and around the world. Take a look at those weather conditions across America. And I usually go here to the Weather Channel. That's where one of my sites that I have an account with. The Weather Channel. Let's take a look at some of those temperatures. I thought I was logged into this. Should be. I logged in before I went on the air. Let me see. I'm going to have to re-log in. No, here we go. Temperatures across America. Let's take a look. It is only 1 degree in Great Falls, Montana right now. 1 degree. Yeah. Spokane, Washington, it's 41. And 61 degrees in Savannah, Georgia, and they're raining right now. Raining in Savannah, Georgia. 24 degrees and partly 24 degrees and snow in Detroit. Detroit, Michigan getting a lot of snow, and I think they're one of them under that umbrella of this really severe winter storm we're having. And a lot of snow dumped down. They're getting a lot of it in there too. And back home in my home city, my hometown of Ambridge, Pennsylvania, up in Beaver County and around there, 39 degrees and partly sunny right now. And looking at the radar right now, let's looking at some of the thing on my TV here. A lot of precipitation, a lot of it circulating around Cleveland. They're saying Cleveland's going to get dumped. Take a look at some of the temperatures. Look at this. Wow. Wow, Cincinnati's going to get 50 degrees. 42 degrees expected in Baltimore. Wow. Why is it not warm like that here? Oh, boy. Taking a look at some Milwaukee, 14-degree dew point, 6 degrees in Des Moines, their dew points. Looking at the forecast, they've got a low-pressure system, and it's moving alongside there. That low-pressure system is the one I think it's getting all our snow. A lot of it coming up the coast. They've been getting severe. You guys to the south of us are getting severe weather too. I know yesterday they were talking tornadoes in some areas over this storm. I think it's like that big mass of cold and warm air together. They're creating some really stuff. Expected to be 28 degrees in St. Louis, 50 degrees in Washington, D.C., forecast temps 22 degrees in Portland, Maine, 47 degrees in Raleigh, North Carolina, and 18 degrees only in Pueblo, Utah. And weather on the fives every 30 minutes here on GJRB at 25 and 55 minutes past the hour on the Gary Russen program here on GJRB on Spreaker. And I always bring you informed all your weather forecast all across America. And wherever you're at across this fine land of ours. I'm going to do that next hour. I can do that on my weather. I will give you the temperature in your area next, Mike. Okay? So watch for that. Okay? I'm going to put Boone in there. And I found other places. So weather on the fives at 25 and 55 past here on GJRB Online. You're listening to the Gary Russen program on Spreaker across America, and I'm glad you could be aboard with me today as we're doing our show. And it's what I call Freestyle Friday. That means that anything goes and can go. Anything can happen here. I have some shows that are tighter. That's why I call it Freestyle Friday. I have some shows that are basically news headlines, news talk, various things like that. I play a lot more sound bites, especially if people aren't listening at that particular time. And I usually do a straight news program, and it's real tight in time and everything. So that's why I do that. But right now, it's getting to that point. Okay, didn't hear that, but it didn't play. But I had it on silent on the player, and no one heard it. I didn't hear it, but you did. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock East. And it is now 1 o'clock Pacific. And you're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB online on Spreaker, wherever you may be listening across this great land of ours. And quoting Rush Limbaugh, across the fruited plain. Yeah. GJRB online on Spreaker right here, right now. Let's hear it.
From America's heartland, this is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa.
3 o'clock in the Central Time Zone now, 4 o'clock East. And for people living in the Mountain Time, 2 o'clock. Yeah. And every once in a while, you never know, you might hear a foreign time. I sometimes do that too. I'll do something with UTC or something, for shortwave people. Yeah, Blake is a shortwave person, isn't he? He's a ham. I don't have room for that. I was going to take a ham course. I was going to learn to do ham radio, and I was told that you had to learn the code first and stuff like that, and that held me back because I don't really have the capabilities, and I don't have the room, and I'm in an apartment, and I don't think I can really do ham radio in an apartment building. Just don't think so. Anyhow, it's time to continue the Gary Russen program and see what's updating in the news. I'm kind of going to go through this page, so I do what I call. I'm going to go into that. Let's see. I'm going to go on this one because it'll pick it up on the other system. Let's see. Where is that? I'm going to go here. Let's see here. Okay. Wow. What's that noise? Oh. Okay. For some reason, I'm not broadcasting on my... Well, yeah, maybe I am. But not very loud, I don't think. Okay. I'm going to have to take a look. Because sometimes what happens is, see, this FM transmitter runs on a battery. It runs on 2 AA batteries. I have 2 of them that are backup that I use. I have rechargeable batteries. I have those rechargeables, and I just charge them up over and over and over again. And these probably are wearing down. So I might have to flip batteries in my transmitter on my 9-foot signal. So I might have to go off the air temporarily there while I flip batteries. I mean, I'm hearing myself yet. The only way I know is that if my FM, I don't hear myself in my headphones, I know that for a fact that I'm not broadcasting on FM. But anyway, what was I saying before? Focus, Russen, focus. You're off the beaten track again. You want to get in there and just... I don't know. Anyway, I do a thing called scroll through social media. It's where I kind of scroll and read other people's posts. If I commented on a post in the week before I do my show, I usually kind of touch on some replies I might have got from a posting I did, and I go up to the best of the Gary Russen program to get that right. Yeah, I do. Here we go. I always try to look for something here. Okay, here we go. Here it is.
Now, let's scroll through social media.
That means we go through the social media pages like Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and see what other people are posting across the internet on Facebook and Twitter and Google+. In other places, and see what other news is going on, and stuff to talk about, maybe even news breaks. That's how I do that, and see what other postings in here. Okay, yeah, my friend Samuel Day there, his album called The Spark. Great songs. I've been playing a lot of them on here, including The Roses. That's a great song. Here's the one my wife posted earlier. The table on our patio just outside here. A perfect cake. And like I said, I'm looking on here and I'm going, it looks to me like that's at least 5 inches or plus, at least or more. That's my guess. I mean, it could be wrong. I don't know. But I think it could be a guess here as to what the... I should post that and see... You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to repost that with a little contest. And if anybody follows me on Facebook, you're into this contest. I want to see how many people can tell me what they think, how much snow is on that table. Don't have prize closet, but let's just see what we got. Okay, I'm going to post that here in a few minutes. Okay, let's see anything new here. First date mistake. Okay, I don't want that. Oh, clown. That's a good friend of ours. Let's see. I have a friend of mine that is a clown. Seriously. Let's see. I have two friends that are clowns. Literally, they do clown thing. Something about WEDO and McKeesport. That used to be a great oldie station at one time on AM 810. Oh yeah, it's a good song. Okay. Wow, get a load of this one. This is back home in Beaver County, back home in my home city. Here's something. This is an accident in a town we have a town by us called Freedom. Yeah, it's a town by us called Freedom. It is fabulous. I like the name. It's one of my favorite towns. Anyway, here we go. Accident there at Creeder Road. The truck has got the car trapped between the guardrail and the truck. Either he was a little too far over on the road, across the medium, or across the center line, and he's got the car trapped between the truck and the guardrail. Holy cow! I don't envy truck drivers. They got a lot to contend with when they're dealing with these tractor trailers. It's like, I wouldn't even do it. Oh my goodness. Okay, John Tesh, one of my favorites. Dear everyone, stop doing this at restaurants. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that later. John Tesh is fabulous. He's got a program here on KROS, AM 1340, FM 105.9, and it's a good show. I like it. It's I listen to it every once in a while. It's factual information. It's something for your life. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, let's see. Okay, not very much. See, no news. It's like I've got to make an adjustment on this Facebook because I am not getting any news whatsoever. I might be flipping over here real soon to over to Twitter, because Twitter does give me news. So sometimes I'll just kind of go over there. And also Google Plus has a good source for news too as well. So I might be going over there and saying the heck with Facebook because they're not giving me any news postings whatsoever at all. So I go all the way down the page and there is nothing newsworthy on here at all that I could see that I could do. So I am going to go over to I'm going to do that one story. I don't know, did I save that story? I'll go back to I want to flip back over to new in-time headlines and go to that story about those viruses. Let's do that one while we're on here. You're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB online on Spreaker across America and around the world. The latest news so far, U.S. stocks have fallen again today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average headed to its worst since October of 2008. And snow killing 7, trapping 1,400 vehicles in over 48 hours. Some of the news that I have today. And of course, today is Friday. And when I do a Friday show, that's why I do it this way, because it was what I call a slow news day. Very, very slow. No news whatsoever. So what I'll do in that case, if it's a slow news day, nothing happening, I just kind of talk my way through the show, and if I find news headlines that are interesting to talk about, I go in here and do it. Otherwise, if you want to get part of the show, you can be on the air with me here. If you are a follower on Facebook, And if you do follow me on Facebook, you have a direct line through the messenger. So people follow me on Messenger, you can call me through that on the air. Otherwise, through the GJRB cell at area code 563-613-4260. Or in the landline, I don't give on the air. I just don't. I don't care if I give my cell phone number, but I won't do the home phone. I don't do that. Just give it to certain people. They're usually regular guests like Mike Meyer. But other than that, no one else is going to get this number. Okay? Alrighty then. I'm going to go into my, where I usually go to for some news too, is Yahoo. I go into my email, and I usually check my email that way. Okay? So I'm going to sign into Yahoo, and I have to do that through my cell phone, having it by me, because I have to confirm. They give me like this code, 4-letter code. Ground, and we get like really, really nasty weather. It plays havoc with the internet. It does. It plays real havoc. I can't always tell if I'm broadcasting and if I'm getting cut out. Sometimes that happens too. When I'm on the air on bad snow days and really bad weather, the internet will drag pretty bad. I mean, I'll get that once in a while, and it won't take me where I want to go. And it looks like that's what it's doing. Okay, I'm going to have to, there we go. Okay, you want to be pokey about it, do you? Well, do you? Come on. Okay. Stupid thing. Anyway, while that's deciding it wants to do what it wants to do, I want to remind you, you're listening to the Gary Russen program again on GJRB Online on Spreaker across this fine land of ours. Glad you could be here. I'm always having fun doing this shoe. And there we go, finally. No, I don't want that. Here we go. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Bingo, I'm in. All right. Now let's see what we got in my email account today. Usually I check my email quite a bit. Okay, here we go. Let me see if okay, I usually just go into my email to see. Yahoo will give me the day's headlines, and I usually use that too, since I'm not getting anywhere else. Okay. Yahoo Finance. Okay, let me go down here. Okay, end time headlines for 20918. Okay, so I've got them on I subscribe to End Time Headlines, and here's some of the headlines. Okay, so I'm going to go, because like I said before, End Time Headlines did send a posting on Facebook saying that Facebook is blocking End Time Headlines from posting headlines. And that is, so now I subscribe to them on the, and they send me email with news headlines on there. So I'm going that way too. Also, let me see here. I want to say Yahoo as well, because I'll do a little bit of mainstream, because I believe in covering the mainstream headlines as well. So I do that. The Olympics going on too. A little bit of sports page with the Olympics later. I haven't really watched it at the beginning. I haven't watched anything with the Olympics. But here we go. Russia was banned from the Winter Olympics, and they still showed up in full force. Wow. The Russians were banned from the Olympics, but they still came. Wow. Yeah. And the team, they showed up anyway. So I wonder if they're just going to let them play or what. Anyhow, it says here the Team USA opened the 2018 Olympics and defeated Russia 9-3 in mixed doubles and curling on Thursday evening. Actually, it wasn't official. Russia fell to the American brother-sister team, Matt and Becca Hamilton of McFarland, Wisconsin. Wow. Russia was banned from the Olympics because it's first systematically duped its athletes, even if it's paralympic athletes in 2014, and then they created an elaborate system to hide it. It was paraplegic. Anyway, I don't know, whatever that is. PARALYMPIC. Anyway, they created an elaborate system to hide it, and it was the largest and most sophisticated program ever uncovered by the world's anti-doping agency. Doping. Could be doping. Anyway, World Anti-Doping Agency, and the IOC threw the Russians out until it started letting them back in. Now, there's no Russia here, but there are 168 Olympic athletes from Russia competing. I don't understand that. Anyway, even after the court of a arbitration in sports turned down the appeals for 47 others on Friday, which is to say that the Russia's Olympians are undercover agents. What? The IOC premises that while it absolutely must punish Russia, it shouldn't punish Russians' athletes. They can't be proven they are created. They have cheated. Okay, the IOC's premise was the absolutely must punish Russia, but it shouldn't punish the Russian athletes who can't be proven to have cheated. Okay, I get it. To anyone who didn't even receive a share of the Ura Mountain nickel mine as a kickback. This is understood to mean the IOC isn't really punishing Russia. Okay. Interesting. Don't quite understand that story, but I have a recording here that maybe explain it. I don't know. It's possible.
Careful, Matt. You don't want to tap their yellow.
To compete.
Yep, you can go if you have to. Just fight the
This is from yesterday's Olympics.
You're not on anything. You got nothing. Whoa, off that yellow.
What is this curling anyway? What is that? I don't understand that sport. What is that? What is curling anyway? I wondered that. I've watched the Olympics, but I just don't understand that game. I really don't. Another puzzle. Western Journal shipping container full of... Oh, I gotta see what that is. I got that just off my email, I believe. I'm gonna go there. Go to that point. Shipping container full of Americans' body parts discovered in... Really? Oh my goodness. Okay. Where is this now? Shipping container full of Americans' body parts discovered in a Chinese cargo ship. Ooh. This is bizarre. Exporting companies using Chinese ships, planes, and trucks to transport dead Americans across the world for research purposes, according to a Thursday report by Reuters. A Hong Kong flagged cargo ship departed South Carolina in July carrying 6,000 pounds of human remains, valued at $67,204. What? The container's temperature was set at 5 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent parts from spoiling. Relatives of the dead, meanwhile, did not realize that their loved ones' remains were being dismembered and sent to Europe and elsewhere, according to a report note. That's just plain ugly, man. Body brokers, they call them, body brokers like Oregon-based MedCure, which I guess they got a relatively good reason for this. There are people who donate their bodies to science, which I think that's what this is. MedCure, which is an Oregon-based, Rachel, maybe you're going to find this out, MedCure relay on tax regulations to export body parts of deceased individuals to Mexico, China, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, among other countries. Brandy Schmidt, who directs the body donation system at the University of California, told reporters about the trade, which is still shrouded in mystery. Quote, "There are people who shouldn't necessarily mind where their specimens were sent if they were fully informed." She goes on to say, "But clearly there are plenty of donors that do mind and that they don't feel they are getting enough information." Wow. That's weird. That's just plain darn scary. We were talking yesterday at the last 7 days. You'll probably hear it when I upload it. We were talking about that. What was that? Oh, a movie. We were talking about that one movie. Remember the movie? It was called Soylent Green. Charlton Heston. It's a science fiction movie. And how it seems to be becoming true. There's a story that you'll hear on the last 7 days about that. And cannibalism. It's like, oh man. Ooh. That used to freak me out when I was younger, when I used to first heard of this. But I saw the movie the first time, it freaked me out. At the end of that movie, when they say, you know what Soylent Green is? Oh, man. It's like, that freaked me out. If there any movie that really freaked me out was the Soylent Green, and then that scene in the Time Machine with Rod Taylor when he goes way into the future, and the Morlocks. I think they were the ones underground, and what they did. Yeah, and what they do when they captured people from above. Yeah, that freaked me out too. Really did. I think that was the scariest part. That is a great movie. I love that movie. As a matter of fact, I had that on a videotape. It was so long ago that I could tell you what it was on. It was on a Betamax. Oh, there you go. Let's turn back time here. Betamax. How many had one of those first VCRs? It only had like 2 hours of movies on them. Focus, Russen. Anyway, let's go back over and see what other news is happening. I'm going to go into Twitter. I said I was going to do that. So I'm going to pop into there. I think I'm signed in there. I'm going to go over to Twitter. It's 25 minutes past the hour, so I'm going to go ahead and reserve Twitter until after this next break. Let's do that. I'm going to reserve Twitter until after this next break. We're going to do weather on the fives again and just kind of concentrate on a few areas of the country. Weather on the fives here on GJRB online here on Spreaker. We're going to pick a town. Any town. Let's go to Denver. Let's go to Denver, Colorado. Let's see what's happening in Denver. 37 degrees and cloudy right now in Denver, Colorado right now. 37. Wow. Your winds out of the north at 7 miles per hour. You got a relative humidity of 59%. And your barometric pressure is 29.70 inches of mercury and dropping. No, it's steady. Never mind. Steady. Forecast right now, overcast skies, 42 degrees, winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For today, high of 42 and cloudy, no precipitation. Tonight, 17 degrees, cold, partly cloudy, 20% chance, 70% chance of snow tomorrow in Denver, 22 degrees for your high. Saturday night, 14 degrees, 20% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy, and sunny and 47 in Denver on Sunday. In Denver, Colorado gets like a real nice mix of weather, don't they? I mean, they do. They really get a nice mix of weather in Denver, Colorado. I just never realized that until now. Really nice mix. They get temperatures in the 50s sometimes, and then still it goes down and they get snow. But they don't get the snow that we're getting right here. I wish it was a little warmer like that in Denver, like it would be here like it is in Denver. I think that would be pretty nice. It really would. I would like that if it were nice in Denver at this point. But yeah. Let's see. I tell you what we're going to do right now. I'm going to get ready to take a program break, and then when I return, we're going to be on the other side, and we're going to do 45 minutes of non-stop talk on the Gary Russen program, Freestyle Friday edition, and that means that we do straight 45 minutes, no promo breaks, no nothing. We just talk for like a whole time. Might take a musical break, but mostly just talk. So we're going to be doing another non-stop segment and give you a chance to chat with us a little bit here on a Freestyle Friday edition of GRP, the Gary Russen program, here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. I'm glad you could be with me today, and I'm glad you could be part of the show, and I'm always glad to talk to you. And if you want to be part of the show and get in on the act, we had Mike Meyer earlier. He was on here, and but there's nobody here now, I don't think. But we'll see what happens here in this next half hour. Maybe perhaps we'll get somebody. Okay. And I'm going to probably do is do our console switch coming up. And we'll do another promo break. And be right back with more of the Gary Russen program here on GJRB Online, here on your internet station, GJRB on Spreaker, where it's always happening. You never know what you're going to hear on this fine radio station, GJRB. And we're going to be taking a program break as we're winding down, and I'm glad you could be with me today. More fun stuff up ahead as we continue the Gary Russen program here on GJRB. Hang in there.